Arteta is leaving Arsenal at the end of the season. This is what countless big media outlets were releasing yesterday evening. So in this video, we will examine the validity of these claims. Now, I know this is a sensitive subject. It seems you're either Arteta in or Arteta out, and there is no middle ground. So before we get into it, just let me know in the comment section, are you Arteta in or are you Arteta out? So like I said, I was sitting there yesterday evening, scrolling through, doing my usual routine, looking for Arsenal news, just looking for Arsenal updates, maybe hoping to get some transfer news, a bit of transfer information. But I scrolled upon a massive story. Mikel Arteta has informed the club that he will be stepping down at the end of this season. And I was thinking, no way this can be true. So I go online and I search it. And there were so many massive media outlets, but a lot of them were in Spain, to be fair, were coming out and saying that Arteta has already informed Arsenal, he's already informed his coaches that he intends to step down at the end of the season. Now, do I believe these claims? I mean, straight away, I think no, because I don't want him to leave. But there is an interesting fact that could mean that this information could be true. And that is the fact that Xavi has announced that he's leaving Barcelona at the end of the season. Now, we've always been aware that Mikel Arteta has a massive love for Barcelona. He come through the La Masia Academy in Barcelona, so he's always had this association with Barcelona. And if he was to ever leave Arsenal, my interpretation has always been that he would only go to a Barcelona. So the fact that this job has now come available maybe does give these claims slightly more validity, but then at the same time it could just be chancers in the Spanish media who heard this news about Xavi and have ended up just putting two and two together and come up with the assumption that Arteta will leave Arsenal and join Barcelona at the end of this season. Now, this seems to be a period of time where we're having so many managers come out and say that they're leaving their clubs at the end of the season. We obviously had the massive news of Jurgen Klopp saying that he's leaving Liverpool at the end of the season. Then we had Xavi come out and leaving, and now we're having this Arteta news. So there's some reports going around that there's something more sinister in football happening with these managers. And I guess, you know, you can never rule that out, but I think it's just more of a coincidence. I think these managers are looking for different ventures, and now is the time that they've decided to act good on those intentions. I think with this Arteta news, though, I think we're going to be finding out a lot more information on today's press conference that will be happening at 1 p.m. He is bound to be asked more than one question on this subject, and it'll be interesting to see how he responds, because if he comes out and outright denies it, then we can probably expect a contract renewal soon. And I think that for most people that are Arteta in, that would be the best case scenario. If Arteta comes out today and says, I am absolutely not leaving Arsenal, I love it here and I want to renew my contract, obviously that will be best case. But I'll be looking at his body language, I'll be looking at the way he answers these questions, because if he comes out and kind of, no, I'm happy enough at the minute at Arsenal, my intention isn't to leave right now, then that will be an indicator to me that maybe there are some validity in these claims. So I will be keeping a keen eye on this press conference at today at 1 o'clock. I'm sure you will be as well. Like I said, I want Arteta to stay, but let me know if you don't. But don't just let me know that you don't want him. Let me know the reason why you don't want Arteta. Is it as simple as he hasn't won enough trophies yet in the period of time that he's been here? Is it that he hasn't won the Premier League? Because in my opinion, I like Mikel Arteta because I think Arsenal at the minute are on the right trajectory. Arsenal, in terms of league positions and everything, you know, we was rubbish a few years ago, but not only just the league position. Look at the players we had. Look at the mentality of the squad. I couldn't go 2 weeks without looking at a video online of an Arsenal team bust-up in training. Do you remember Lacazette grabbed, I think it was Cedric Suarez round the throat? So that just shows there was an unsettled nature to this Arsenal team that we just don't see at the minute with this Mikel Arteta setup. Everybody seems to be in harmony with one another. There seems to be a great attitude coming from these players, and I just think Arteta has instilled a mentality in this team that is leading us in the right direction. So that's why I don't want Arteta to leave, because I still think, of course, Arteta can improve. Everyone can always improve. But I think we're heading in the right direction. And the reason I think we haven't won the league yet is because we're competing against a Man City side that's won like 5 out of the last 6. So it's not as easy as saying, oh, Mikel hasn't won us the league yet, so he needs to go. Because if you don't have players that are as good as Man City's, you're going to find it very difficult to win the league, no matter who is the manager. So that's why I don't think it will matter no matter what manager we bring in. Because last season we come second. This season, in my opinion, we can come second again. Or maybe we'll come third, but I still think we're going to come second. So if you bring another manager in, I still don't think he will be able to make us take that next step and better Man City, because like I said, our players aren't as good as theirs yet. We don't have the same infrastructure around us that Man City have, and most importantly, Man City have the best manager in the world in Pep Guardiola. So unless you're going to replace Mikel Arteta with Pep Guardiola, then in my opinion there's not going to be too much difference about what manager you bring in, because there's 3 elite managers in world football in my opinion. Jurgen Klopp, who has already come out and said he's not interested in joining any other Premier League team. So that's never going to happen. We're never going to get Jurgen Klopp. The other one is Pep Guardiola. He's never going to leave Man City and come to Arsenal. And the third one is Carlo Ancelotti, who's managing Real Madrid, who's just renewed his contract. So we have no chance of getting the 3 elite managers in world football. So let me know, if you do want Arteta out, what is the alternative? And what can they bring to Arsenal that Mikel Arteta is currently unable to bring to us? I mean, if I'm looking at managers in world football, the only one that I look at the players he had, Lionel Messi, you don't need me to explain to you how good that Barcelona team was. So for Luis Enrique to come in my opinion, would be a risk. Because since he's left Barcelona, he hasn't been able to replicate those same level of trophies with any other team. But like I said, let me know your thoughts and comments on everything you've heard in this video. Let me know if you're Arteta in, let me know if you're Arteta out, but let me know why you're Arteta out, and let me know the alternatives. Thanks so much to everyone for watching and listening. But before you go, do me a favour, hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll speak to you all in tomorrow's video. Gooners, have a good day.